the network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
This is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is Tim Albright with AVNation, previewing the Almo E4 Experience. With me is my buddy Megan Detta from Rave. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, so excited to talk about E4.
Yep, and from, I was going to say from Houston, but you're no longer in Houston, you're in Tampa.
Right.
Alesia Henley, the Smooth Factor. Welcome, ma'am.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for having me. Excited to see y'all here in a few short weeks.
Well, and here's the thing. The reason that we're having Alesia on is because she's actually going back to Texas to hang out with us in Dallas. Again, E4 is the 30th of November in Dallas. You can register at the e4experience.com. However, what the three of us will be doing, we'll be doing a hybrid model here. We'll be bringing people into the experience virtually and in person. Megan, explain to folks kind of what this looks like and what we mean by hybrid.
Sure. First of all, if you want to know more information about the virtual part of the hybrid event, go to e4evolution.com. So what we mean by this is it's not going to be you're just looking at somebody that's on the stage and the camera's pointing at them. You're going to be actually hearing me and Tim giving color commentary. You're going to be voting on where we're going to go. Alicia's going to be doing person on the street interviews. You're going to be telling us who you want to see more of, what questions we should ask the presenters, where we should go and explore more, what you want to see more of. It's going to be really exciting, and I'm so happy that I'm doing it with the two of you.
Well, and the one thing is, so we also talked with Melody Craig Mile from Almo. Alesia, talk for a second about bringing that person on the street experience into the live environment, into the virtual environment. That way, folks that are watching this and experiencing this remotely can actually kind of feel like they're there and live vicariously through you and through the folks that you're bringing into the environment.
Yeah, I thought it was an amazing idea, especially for a hybrid event, so it's not just a bunch of static information or a camera pointing at a stage. Like Megan said, this really ups the engagement and takes it to another level. So I'm excited about it. You get to hear from people actually in person and get their experience and see what they're learning. E4 is always a great event, so I think it'll be a great time.
Megan, one of the things that Almo has done successfully for years, and that is the CTS part. Let's not forget that, the classes and the education and the sessions that they're going to have. Yes, you and I are going to be doing the stuff virtually, but we're also going to be talking to folks and connecting with folks kind of in person and talking with them about how they're able to renew their CTSs, renew their, get the RUs. How important is that as we kind of come out of COVID and we're starting these in-person experiences again to make sure that we're all getting our RUs?
I think extremely. I mean, people have been able to earn them through various virtual events in the last year and a half, but it's really important to me that, we talk a lot about digital equity. So I think this is a big part of it. The people that are there in person and can make it, whether it's just because distance that they can't travel or budget or they physically cannot leave their home, you could still get those CTS RUs at home. And I know on site right now they're saying there's going to be 11 CTS renewal units available, and they're still pending credits, but it's looking like online there's going to be 3.5 available. So you'll still be able to get a pretty good chunk because I believe you only need 30 to renew.
Yeah, absolutely. Alesia, talk for a second about, because you were at InfoComm, and also this is our first event since then. What is your experience, the last couple of months of getting back into the swing of things and getting back into in-person events? What has the reaction been to the folks that you've been connecting with?
That is quite a wide question because I've been getting a lot of different spectrums of, getting back into person, right? There's a little bit of anxiety that came with going into InfoComm and hopping right into it, especially me personally. Like, I was fully, even though I live in Florida, I wasn't out there living it up and partying. So InfoComm was one of those first shows for me where it was like, oh, wow, there's more than 10 people here. Don't freak out, So it actually, you get comfortable. It's kind of like what you've been doing, Tim, working out in your sprints, and putting in the work, that's what it's going to take to get back to, like, I feel a normal comfort level as we start getting back into person, right? Take it day by day, event by event at this point. But E4 is a little bit more of a smaller local roadshow, so it is going to be more intimate, even though InfoComm, typically this year, I would consider it intimate. You know, the numbers that came out, that is a very intimate InfoComm. But this definitely scales it down, creates that, you know, intimacy where you get to learn and still get to network with a lot of people. I mean, when I went to E4 back in like 2018 maybe, I would just drive up from Houston and go to it because I knew it was the right place to be, not only for education, but to network with people. And that place to be not only for education, but to network with people. And I'll just take a drive and meet some people. So I think there's going to be a healthy balance of getting back into the routine of being comfortable with people. A lot of people didn't expect to see that side of me because I'm always super energetic and ready to meet everybody. But, you know, with COVID, it came and put everything at a screeching halt. And now we're slowly getting back into things. So it'll take some time, but it's good that things are ramping back up and we're getting more of those in-person meetings. I mean, it's necessary.
The good part of that too is that if you're not comfortable yet going out and seeing people, you can just experience it virtually and see the three of us and still meet people.
Exactly. And that's the balance that's needed because, you know, it really boils down to comfort level. And you can still get a very engaging experience still from this hybrid event that E4 is doing and bringing us all together to make it happen. So it'll be good.
Megan, I want you to talk about something because I know that you're excited about this aspect of it. There are two presenters that are not going to physically be there. And I say that because you guys are talking about making sure you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable presenting and that you want to, right? These folks are not going to be on a laptop. They're not going to be, you know, you're not just going to see this part of them. Leveraging Art Media's hologram system, both our buddy Kay Sargent from HOK as well as a gentleman from Paramount, separate presentations. Actually, the guy from Paramount is going to be doing it with Gary Kay from Rave, talking about the new workplace. They're bringing them physically into the space by hologram remotely. Talk for a second about, you know, how this kind of looks at the future of presentation.
I think it's so cool. Obviously, I have not seen it in person besides, you know, seeing videos of like a Tupac concert. So I'm really excited that they're going to be doing this, and I'm excited to see it in person and describe it for all the people that are not there. But I think as we move forward from COVID and get back to in person, hybrid is not going to stop because we realize like this makes it just so much better for everyone when virtual people can also participate, and having them participate in unique ways makes it more exciting for the audience too. And I think obviously the online people will see them, and I don't know, you know, how they're going to look on the screen versus in real life, but the people that are there I think are going to be pretty wowed by it, and I think we'll continue to see things trending like this.
Absolutely. One of the aspects of that is I actually got to see Kay and Rebecca do their presentation, a version of the presentation at InfoComm this year, talking about kind of the future of their hybrid workspace. And that's actually going to be bringing in a lot of these aspects and a lot of the tools and the technologies that we're going to see at Almo. Alesia, you've worked remotely for a number of years. Talk for a second about kind of as this we move back, some folks move back into the offices. I say this as I'm saying this, I'm recognizing that I'm talking to two people who do not work in the office. Tim Albright does, right? On occasion. I do go to the corporate office from time to time. You guys don't. So talk for a second about the importance of making sure that we leverage technology to keep everybody connected.
I mean, it's more important now than ever, seeing that people have choices, right? Whether they want to go in 2 days a week, not go in at all, or live completely across the world at this point. Like, there's so many remote jobs. But how we communicate should be top of mind, and our technology helps us do that. So I think the attention should really be focused on how we seamlessly integrate all these technologies, because everybody has something that they're like, oh, this works. But how do we integrate all of these different platforms to make a seamless experience for internal teams? Because communication has to be at an all-time high no matter where you are, like I said, across the world, up the street, or just choosing to go into the office a few days a week. So when we talk about hybrid solutions, I think we should focus on how we integrate all these different platforms as much as we look at the individual platforms.
I think you also need to consider the human experience part of it. Like, we have to be more conscious, people, not necessarily people from home, but people in the office. You know, you're so used to being in a meeting room together and having side conversations. And when you do that, not people online can't hear and they're left out of the experience. Like, you have to be really conscious of making sure that everybody is included.
Yeah, absolutely. November 30th, it's a Tuesday, 2 weeks from now, roughly, week and a half, 2 weeks from now. In Dallas, if you want to hang out with Megan and Alesia and I, come over to Dallas. You can register for that at the e4experience.com. If you live in Plano and you don't want to drive in, I don't know, or you're simply not anywhere near Dallas, you can go to e4evolution.com and register for that. Megan, one thing that you want to tell folks that 100% you don't want to miss this, and this is why you need to register.
I think this is going to be really great for people to attend in person and hang out with us or online. And I think that my favorite part, and I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to assume it's going to be the holographic part.
All right. Alesia, one reason why people don't want to miss this.
I think if you haven't seen what HOK does in general, you should pay attention to what they're doing. They are bringing like creativity, interior design, technology into this like beautiful ball of greatness. So I am very much looking forward to their presentation during the E4 event. It's exciting.
All right, and my reason why you don't want to miss this is because you get to watch and hang out with those two, Alesia and Megan. So thank you guys so much. Megan, somebody wants to connect with you or Rave. How do they do that, madam?
You can find me on Twitter at Megan A. Dutta, and if you could follow all the latest AV news at ravepubs.com, which is where we will be posting lots of videos from the Almo E4 event as well.
Yep, absolutely. Alesia, how do people connect with you?
You know, every platform there is, Twitter or Instagram, or, you know, my website is thesmoothfactor.com. But if you're social, at the Smooth Factor on whatever platform of choice.
You don't have TikTok yet, though, do you?
I said except Snapchat and TikTok.
Alesia.
That's all Megan.
Even this old man has TikTok. Come on, dude.
It's too many. I can't keep up.
Exactly. So you drop one, you drop the Facebook,
3.
and you pick up the TikTok. It's easy.
I don't use.
All right, we'll get her on TikTok just for this event. All right, I swear to you, by the end of E4, we'll have Alesia on TikTok.
Alesia will be on the Rave's TikTok. Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
We'll make it
All right.
happen.
E4experience.com, e4experience.com for the in-person. Come out, hang out with us in Dallas. E4evolution.com for the virtual hybrid. Tell Megan and I what to do and go who to go interview. For AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. We'll have lots of stuff from E4 as well. Or just come hang out with us virtually, hybridized or in person on the 30th of November at Almo E4